Today on Food Journey, we're opening our Food Journey alphabet cookbook and adding some pot luck. We're spinning that wheel to see which letter wins. Hello and welcome to Food Journey. Today we are on our second episode of Food Journey's alphabet cookbook. Last time we examined the letter E for eggs, and today it's R. I'm putting an ICE on the end of that, and that spells rice, something that we all have tasted, and something that in West Africa is so unifying, like the threads woven into our culinary fabric. We all have our own first memories of rice, and so do I. I remember having it at my auntie's house in Benin City. I was about 5 years old, and you could smell that rice as soon as you walked into the living room, probably ofada rice at that time. And she served it to us with this hellishly hot, peppery stew, and the rice wound up being more of an extinguisher for the peppery stew than actually being able to taste that rich and beautiful ofada flavor. But today we're going to see rice prepared in a couple of ways. First off, we'll be boiling rice, just teaching you how to do it properly, and then complementing it with a beautiful tomatoey peppery sauce from our neighbors in Ghana. And after that, we'll be facing jollof. Jollof rice, that rice which has raised so many contentious issues across the world. Let's see how Food Journey does theirs. Here's the menu. Rice has been a super crop forever. Try back as far as 2500 BC, where it was wild and wasn't yet cultivated. It proliferated via China, and then together with India, Indonesia, Thailand, and Bangladesh, supply the world. We all know it as that staple, which both graces and complements our recipes across West Africa and our entire continent. Because it's high in carbohydrate and low in fat, rice typically comprises 3/4 of our indigenous diet because it's mostly affordable and filling too. Hi and welcome to the kitchen, where we are about to prepare some rice. You would think that rice is sort of a simple thing to cook, but a lot of people struggle cooking rice. I've seen people bailing in loads of water while it's boiling because it's not enough, and panicking and tasting and closing and opening. It really isn't rocket science. Today I'm going to be using basmati rice. Now this is a little bit different from the rice we normally use here, which is usually a fragrant long grain rice, but it's just as easy to cook. And I'm going to show you right now how to do that and add a beautiful accompanying pepper sauce, which comes from our neighbors in Ghana. First of all, let's talk about this, the basmati rice. Basmati rice is a long, slim-grained rice grown in Pakistan and India alike. You can buy the white and brown variety. Rice contains starch, so we have to make sure that before we cook it, we remove as much of that as we can, and we do this by rinsing off the rice. It's no different for the basmati, so let's go ahead and do that first, and I'll show you just how easy it is to have some simple boiled rice. So the first is to flush water through the rice to extract some of the surface starch, which will make the rice claggy when it's cooked. Be patient and go through this process at least 3 times. until the water appears considerably clearer. Then you know you've extracted enough, and you can proceed to adding an inch of water over the rice to cook, no matter the vessel, so that the first part is done. A good bit of salt is needed too. We don't want the rice tasting bland. Okay, our rice is on the boil. And really, I've got to make sure I monitor that because I only want it to get to the boiling stage before I start changing the temperature and bringing it right down to steam and cook slowly. In the meantime, these beautiful tomatoes and peppers and this onion, a bit of it, and lovely potent garlic are going to make the beautiful peppery sauce. First thing you've got to do is just grab some lovely tomatoes. I'm choosing 1, 2, 3, 4, I think will be sufficient for a couple of people to eat. So this eye has to come out, paring knife, control it, thumb on the tomato, and just remove that bit. We're going to steam these, and I have about 1/4 of an inch of water. In that goes. Let's just get them all in because I think I can hear the rice boiling and it will need our attention. 3 and 4. So you can see that's boiling now. So I'm going to turn the temperature right down and close it. Don't peek. Beautiful atarudo, shiny and lovely. Just taking off that and dropping one in. I think the one there is going to be plenty heat enough for the sauce. A bit of onion. Just going to go ahead and chop a piece off like this and peel it. Just getting off that skin. I don't want to lose any of the onion, so just be careful when you're doing this. Take your time, it'll yield. There we go. And I'm slicing this. I'm adding that in there too, to steam for a bit. Garlic, last thing, love these. Small but potent. Let's have a few of these as well. So, just going to snip off the end there. And you can see we've got 3 cloves. Let's peel them and add them in too. Okay. There we go. We want this sauce to be subtle. Last bit of garlic. There we go. So this now is our steaming mixture. Just going to add a touch of salt, little sprinkle, and then this will go on the fire. Quick peek, this is ready now. So I'm switching off the fire. Now, I've sliced one of these tomatoes in half just to let it cool. They've been steamed and they're off the fire now, obviously. Opening them up because this pepper sauce is actually supposed to be eaten cool. There is a difference between how it will taste if it's hot and if it's not. All right, so that's important. And I'm also going to take a teaspoon and scrape out these seeds. That's also important. I don't really want to see them. I'm looking for a smoother sauce. Everything about this is subtle, from the small amount of garlic to the few onions and the 1 pepper, which is potent down here. All we're looking for is subtlety of taste. This is the equipment I'll be using, anasanka and tapoli. This is wood And this is made of clay, earthenware, and it can go in an oven. It can go on top of an oven. It can be cooked in, and you can serve food in it as well. This is one of my essential pieces of kitchen equipment that I got when I was living in Ghana. So, first things first, we need to take out those seeds. Now I'm going to show you how to make this simple pepper sauce by just grinding everything up in the asanka. Starting off with the garlic and our onions. Just get them in there like that. And then we're going to add just a little tiny sprinkle of salt onto there, like so. Next thing, grab our tapoli and start. Need to have some wrist action here, I've been told. In fact, I want to put a cloth underneath this. There we go, to stop it from slipping, why not? Aha! See how everything's getting ground up nicely? There's a sense of real physical ownership of this process, and it excites me. See how the grooves of this piece of equipment, my asanka, with the marriage of wood against clay, just breaks down these ingredients beautifully. Now you can see that everything has come together beautifully into a cohesive and delicately balanced pepper sauce. It's a labor of the physical and the mental, hand in hand, yearning for a good result. Look at these lovely low-sodium sardines and their accompanying flavored oil. Don't throw this out, because we're drizzling this all over our pepper sauce to add a silky, fishy essence. Enhancement. So excited! Here is our beautiful basmati rice. And I'm just about to show you how simple it is to have something delicious when you want it. Beautiful, separate grains, that's what we're looking for. And they're slightly clingy, if that's the word I use. So it's going to really trap that sauce beautifully. In we go. I'm serving up just for a try. An African try, okay. 3 or so spoons of that. And now, our pepper sauce. Lovely. I want some of that sauce and some of the oil too. It's going to add such a lovely contrast. Remember, this is pepper, so don't go crazy. And last but not least, some lovely sardines. Inexpensive. I've gone for the ones that are not salty, so they don't distract from the pepper sauce. Let's put 4 on to keep it symmetrical. And there you have it. Beautiful, simple, boiled basmati rice and pepper sauce. Right, everybody. I'm very excited to see how this all has come together. Here we go. Basmati rice, cheers. I love this. The beautiful fragrant taste of the basmati, that hit of pepper in the tomato sauce, delicious, especially with the sardine oil. Who knew? You gotta try this. You need water to grow rice. Lots of it. typically grown in paddies where water can be contained or corralled. That's why it's grown in countries with extreme rainy seasons like monsoons. That makes rice cultivation a lot easier. Once the rice matures and becomes hard as well as visibly golden, the paddy is drained and they are harvested by hand with a sickle. Then they're threshed or beaten and out comes the rice, now separated from its shaft. When we eat it with the last layer, the bran, still on it, you have brown rice, nutty and healthy for digestion and energy and heart health. White rice has had the bran polished off, and with it, all the brown variety's attributes. It's time for Food Journey's take on jollof rice. Well, this has raised a lot of debate, hasn't it, across Africa and around the world. Let's hear from some jollof enthusiasts from around the world.
Hi Food Journey, my name is Ade Olumide. I'm reaching out to you today from the US East Coast. Jollof rice is quite the ubiquitous African dish, Everybody claims that theirs is best. Growing up, my mother made the most fantastic jollof rice, and my wife has now taken that to another level. She has this way of cooking it with that party smokiness. There's nothing like it. As far as which is better, I've only ever tried Nigerian and Ghanaian jollof rice, and hands down, Niger all day. Take care. God bless. Bye.
Hello, Food Journey. Hello, guys. What's up? I'm Famake Okoyemi, the biggest food critic in Nigeria, and today we'll be discussing jollof rice. Who wants it? Who makes the best jollof rice, and which I prefer?
You could put any kind of veggies you want in it: the carrot, the peas, the celery. It also allows you to use any kind of protein you want. And that's one of the reasons I love it so much.
In the jollof conversation, only 3 names pop up. Senegal, because they invented it. Then Nigeria and Ghana, because we perfected it.
Some say Ghana.
I've been to Ghana and I've had Ghana jollof. Now, Ghana jollof is very, very soft, almost like porridge. Maybe the Ghanaians like stuff soft and flavorless.
Some say Senegal.
But does that make their jollof rice best?
Others say Nigeria, Zimbabwe.
As a Nigerian guy, I like my jollof party flavored. I like it with a bit of smoke in it, and without a doubt, I'll say Nigerian jollof. To me, Nigerian party jollof is the best jollof rice. Niger jollof, man. Niger jollof.
Nigerians, of course, we make the best jollof rice. Anywhere, anytime.
For me, I'm interested only in how I want it to turn out. And there are some elements which are important to me. First of all, flavor. What spices am I going to use that are really going to infuse into the rice and show us the best of its product? Let's see how Food Journey does in the kitchen with this. Time to start the jollof rice. And what a plethora of stuff we have in front of us to use. Delicious. Starting off with this beautiful Thai fragrant rice. I'm moving on to some essentials like tatashi, beautiful atarudo. It's going to be packed with that. I've got lovely garlic over here. Ginger. I've got my favorite stock cube, which is iru. Tomato paste, one of the stars of the show. Thyme, red chili pepper powder, coriander, because I can, and turmeric, because it's good for you. I have some low sodium seasoning here as well, kind of like an adobo, just to add a little bit of a kick. First up, onions, a base flavor, essential. Just chop it up. Tatache, got to love this. Mild flavor, but it's the deep red which helps to give jollof its color. And look at all those seeds to plant. excellent. I just want the center of this ginger for spicy warmth. And it is this piece that I'll put into the blender with the tatashi. Garlic, of course, necessary. And all these flavors are designed to delight the taste buds. Time to blend these. So basically, clean hands, of course. In the blender they go. The tatashi. The ginger. Not using all of it. Maybe that much. Definitely this atarudo. Let's give it a tiny split in half. That's 2 big ones, so there's your heat. Close it up. Bit of a shake. There it goes. Look at that color. And now that it's gotten that far, I'm going to take the opportunity and just put in a little bit of my favorite stock cube, 2 good teaspoons of iru, and then, wow, that's peppery. Garlic in. Everything needs to be well blended for this one. I'm starting off with some lovely smelling groundnut oil. Next, it's the onions, purple for power. Now our blended ingredients. At this point, it's time to add in our washed rice. 1 cup a person, this is 6 cups. In it goes. I'm giving it the tiniest bit of a stir for initial incorporation, and then I'm going to form a cartouche out of foil. After all, we don't have to fight about any food, do we? Especially not our beloved jollof rice. We can all own it happily and agree to disagree. See you next time. Bye-bye.